My experience leads me to believe that those who are truthfully ignorant about their serostatus find it much easier to get laid than those who are truthfully upfront about being HIV positive. I make no qualms about looking for a boyfriend. I mean, I've had it with just getting laid. I meet lots of guys, and I used to sleep with a lot of them too, and I thought, what difference does my serostatus make? I'm only having safer sex. I would never discuss my HIV status, and it would never come up.
HIV.
But I've changed my attitude about that now. I feel it's important for my potential lovers to know that I'm HIV positive before anything happens. But it seems to me that more and more gay men who know they are HIV negative are refusing to have sex with someone who discloses that he's HIV positive. I find that this is also true of the larger pool of gay men who have not been tested, who refuse to get tested. Fucking safely in ignorance is acceptable. But wait a second. Run that by me again?
HIV.
People enjoy safe sex without talking, without knowing, apparently without fear. We use rubbers. They signify an agreement about protection, mutual protection. We acknowledge the virus with that gesture. So what the fuck is the difference if someone is upfront about having HIV? Fucking safely in ignorance is okay? But once the cat's out of the bag, it's a whole different story. Is this hypocrisy, self-protection, or a new type of sexual apartheid? Let me tell you something about what just happened to me. A friend was staying at my apartment. He answered an ad. The guy calls. I answer. We start talking. All is fair in the name of house sitting, I guess. Hello, is Tony there? Who? I guess my friend doesn't give his name in these situations. No, there's no Tony here, but, could I help you with something? Well, maybe. Tony answered an ad, and he left me this phone number. God bless Tony, I said. We laughed. We were on the same wavelength right away. His name was Paul. We had a lot in common. Age, occupation, the type of guys we were each attracted to. We even liked the same movies. It sounded great. He sounded really hot, too. It seemed that we would get together. I mean, that's what it was leading to. But then we started talking about sex. He talked about how health conscious he was, about how he stopped running around, that he's looking for a boyfriend, and that he goes to a gym. I asked, well, speaking about sex, that brings up an interesting point. Safe sex, of course. Would you have sex with someone who you knew was HIV positive?
HIV.
The phone line was silent. Are you telling me you're positive? I'm not saying that. I'm just asking you a question. Well, no, I don't think I would. Do you have the virus? At this point, after almost a half hour of pleasant, somewhat intimate conversation, I felt a pall cast over the potential of what was ever to be. Should I have even brought it up? Should I just lie? Should I just hang up and pretend none of this is even fucking happening? What are you afraid of? I asked. Well, he said, why enter into a relationship with someone who might get sick? Now, I thought about that for a second. Why date someone who might get hit by a car in 5 years? Or someone who might get cancer later in his life? Or someone who might go down in a plane crash? I asked him, do you enjoy living in the world of what-ifs? Why do anything with any risk attached to it, I asked. It so happens, yes, I am HIV positive. Does that mean we could never have sex? Don't you believe in safe sex? Isn't it possible? He backed off. Well, I don't know. I mean, you can never be sure. I wasn't sure if he was just saying that if he was so as not to hurt my feelings, or if there was a chance. I do know one thing, I said. I feel better about having told you before anything happens. Yeah, I really want to meet you. You sound really great. Do you want to get together? There was a moment of silence. I'll think about it, and I'll call you back, he said. I haven't heard from him yet.
HIV.